Welcome back to Florida Living with Neil Archer. Everything real estate with a little bit of other stuff thrown in as well. I want to tell you about a new listing that I have in Jupiter, and this is killer waterfront property on the Loxahatchee River, Riverside Drive. Obviously, one side of it is on the water, and the other side is not on the water, and the ones on the water are super expensive. This particular property is located on a really unique lot, and it was originally an island. That juts out of Loxahatchee, juts out from Riverside Drive into the Loxahatchee River. The island was originally 1970. There was a little house put on there. It was a one-bedroom, one-bathroom with the garage. And this particular property is number 50, and there's number 40 on there, and there's number 30 on there. So the island is now part of the mainland, and it's a shared driveway with the three properties. Very, very unique. This is the largest property. The original house was 1970, which is a one-bedroom, one-bathroom garage. And then the main house, which is a 3-2, was built in 1986. Metal roof, Key West style. It's right on the water with 280 feet of deep waterfront. It's absolutely amazing. And what's amazing about it is it's not necessarily palm trees. It's all the old original trees like the Royal Poinciana. It has a floating dock. It has a solid dock that goes out into the water, and it has this amazing waterfront treehouse. You have to see it. If you don't believe me about the views, take a look at this. Best sunset in Palm Beach County as far as I'm concerned. Priced at $2.5 million. It's nothing else like it on the market in Jupiter. Call me 561-601-3212. Let's get you in there if you're interested and have a showing. Welcome back to Florida Living with Neil Archer. Everything real estate with a little bit of other stuff thrown in. Now, as you know, that every week I will have a guest or two, and this week is no exception. My good friend Mike Johnson, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Mike and I go back a long way. I worked at the paper for 8 years. Mike, you worked there way longer than I did.
30 years in Stewart, 36 years in the business.
So you guys that were realtors that I was selling advertising to and helping you get results from your advertising dollars, this man was instrumental in making all that stuff happen. Tell them a little bit about Friday nights.
Oh my gosh.
The paper.
Friday nights. Of course, you guys all know that Friday night was the deadline for all of the weekend advertising, and we had to finish up all the ads, the print ads that went into those papers, those really thick real estate sections.
Massive. They were really thick.
They were.
The real estate source
in,
was
in
unbelievable.
The late 80s, 90s, the 00s, we were just crammed full of print advertising for real estate, both new developers and resales.
Right.
And it was just, we had a team. I had a team as large as 75 artists at one point, and up and down the Treasure Coast from Vero Beach to Jupiter, and we were just cranking out ads all week long, really. But yeah. Friday night was when all those ads came together, had to get on the pages, had to get to the presses, so that Sunday paper was fat. The Saturday and Sunday papers were fat with real estate ads.
It was. And it was amazing because we had so many ads and so many late changes. Remember all those?
There's no late changes from realtors. That almost never happened. I don't remember that at all. You had some late changes.
Fun times, yeah. But Mike did a great job. So, Mike, you were there 30 years. I was there 8 years. I made the jump. I'm in real estate, and it's the best thing I ever did. I wish I'd have done it years ago. And now you're Florida native grill cleaning.
Yes, sir. My wife and I launched our own business a few years ago. After I left the paper, I was lucky enough to form this LLC, And we started cleaning and restoring outdoor kitchens and grills, barbecue grills, and the business is booming. But one of the things we like to do is work with you and with realtors, because you know, a lot of these homes in this area have beautiful outdoor kitchens, beautiful outdoor setups right on the water. You know, it's just a fantastic market for the work we do. But one of the parts that is sometimes overlooked, you know, you've got the house all ready to show, but
Yep,
but
absolutely
your
true.
clients are walking through and they open up that grill that's, you know, a $4 or $5 or $8 or $10,000 grill outside in a $30,000 outdoor kitchen, and it's, you know, covered with last weekend's chicken, you know, if you know what I mean. So,
True.
so what we like to do is go in advance of some of those showings and make sure that the grill is not only working really well, but looks brand spanking new. And whether it's 2 years old or 10 years old, we get them looking really, really good and working really well too, so that it passes your inspections at the same time.
Absolutely. For pre-inspections, it's absolute must. And then, you know, for those people that come in and they see the grill, you know, maybe replace it, but no, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I've seen the work. You've done work at my house. I have a Weber grill. It's $1,000 worth, you know. And I've got to be honest, you know. I go out there and I do, you know. I have a little beer and I cook my burgers, my chicken, whatever. As soon as it's done, I take it in. I leave the grill. I let it cool down. I cover it. I put the cover on.
Shame
right?
on you. Shame on you.
I know, but it's just one of those things, right? You get into life and you just want to get your food, and the cleaning comes afterwards, and then it actually doesn't ever happen,
Correct,
you know. And
correct.
then I look at it after 10 times that I've cooked on this thing, and I'm looking at it. I'm seeing that the grease container has been moved by an animal or something. So, but I've seen you come out, and walk us through the process. What do you do? Because you take that grill after 10 or 15, 20 quick cleanings, and when you leave, it looks like I've just unboxed it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's absolutely
that.
unbelievable. It's outstanding work that you do.
Thank you. And we're proud of what we do. We're proud of the results we get with these grills, but the process is involved, but it's not that hard to explain. We have a small trailer behind our trucks, and inside of that trailer is a propane heated dip tank with 2 big burners. We get this propane heated dip tank bubbled up to a couple hundred degrees, but inside of that dip tank is an environmentally safe water-based degreasing solution. So all of the parts and pieces of your grill that I can take off, like the cooking grid and the grates and the heat shields and the flavor bars, mostly the metal pieces that are under your cooking grates that collect all that grease and schmutz and all that junk, go right into that dip tank as soon as I get to your grill. In that tank, it's going to soak and steam and bubble up again in a couple hundred degrees in that solution. And while that's going on, I've got my big rubber gloves on. I'm back at your dirty grill,
You do.
scraping and scrubbing and vacuuming and degreasing what they call the firebox, which is where the flame lives in that grill. So we degrease and clean and pull out all the stuff that's collected over time and over multiple cookings, and get all that out, because that's a fire hazard. That's greasy
Right. And it
particles.
can't be healthy either, right?
And it's not healthy. It's full of carcinogens. There's a lot of health reasons and maintenance reasons to get down in there and keep that clean. So once we get all that clean, we clean and degrease under the hood. We completely clean and degrease outside of the grill. And if you've got an outdoor kitchen with multiple stainless components like side burners or griddles and certainly cabinet doors and sinks, we clean and degrease and polish all of that while we're there too. So once we finish cleaning that firebox really, really well and get it all degreased, again, to make it safe and to make sure it's operating properly, we pull apart all of the burners down in there. We make sure they're working right. We're making sure your igniter switches are clean and working well, because that's one of the first easy components to go.
Correct.
The heat and humidity and salt in the air
Yeah.
here really take its toll on those components. Then we go back to the trailer, pull out those parts that have been soaking in that degreaser, scrub and scrape and get them really clean, good as new, certainly degreased. We rinse them off real good, put it all back together, and then put a high polish shine on the whole works. And in most cases, it looks really good as new when we leave there. And we're not bragging, we just are trying to explain, you know, that just because your grill is ugly and dirty and old doesn't mean
True.
it has to look like that anymore. So we work a lot with some realtors, but we also have HOA accounts where we service community grills in these HOAs.
The ones in the common areas that everybody uses?
Yes, and
Very
those
good.
are even worse than yours.
I can imagine.
All
yeah.
kinds of people use them all the time
Yeah.
and have probably less ownership in keeping them clean. So they get very little attention other than, me coming out and cleaning them. So we have quite a few of those out at Indian River Plantation, out on the island. Quite a few HOAs that we're working with now. So we're lucky to get that business as well. But we also work with Airbnb customers. They have guests come in for the weekend that've been grilling and catching fish and cooking, and they've got more guests coming the following weekend, so they have us out to clean again before the new guests arrive, because again, nobody wants to come into a squeaky clean home, open up the grill and the outdoor kitchen, and find all kinds of food and stuff from the last guests.
What's the most expensive grill you cleaned?
Oh wow, there's I do a lot of work in a lot of our gated areas in the gated communities here. I was in Tesoro one day last summer, and I was cleaning a grill back there. It was a brand that I hadn't come across before, called a Caliber, and it was a big grill, but it wasn't quite complicated. It was a little bit older, 4 or 5 years old, and very, very dirty and not working really well. But so I needed to order some parts after I finished the cleaning. So I ordered some parts. I got online to order the parts for the grill. So while I was there, I looked at the retail cost of that grill, and it was just over $10,000.
Wow.
It's a $10,400 grill.
$10,000 for a grill.
Yeah, which is amazing. But I'm sure for these folks in their multi-million-dollar homes in Tesoro,
and it was a real mess.
It was a real mess. It never had the attention it fully required.
So after you'd done all what you do, and the client came back and then had a look at it, what were they?
They loved it. My favorite thing to hear is, that looks brand new, and I get that a lot.
It's true. It's true.
It's quite a process, and our process, we believe, speaks for itself. It's partly the solutions we use and the scrubbing and cleaning techniques that we use, but we believe in the process and getting that thing running and working and looking really good again. But the cornerstone foundation of our business is the customer service.
Oh,
we're really proud
of
of the customer service we provide. So that, I hope, sets us apart in the market. That's for sure.
Absolutely. I know that when you've come to my house and you've cleaned my grill, and I put the cover back on and everything, and then the next time that I come to use it, it's like the smell of it, number one, because it's just so nice, and it's like I'm using it for the first time. I love that about when you've been.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate that. And we like that you use your grill and make it dirty again. We don't make any money off of clean grills.
Clean grills, right. Use it.
Yeah, we need you to use your grills and enjoy your grills. One of the things we like to say, especially this time of year going into February, is we want to help you fall in love with your grill all over again for Valentine's Day. So that's one of our favorite sayings, is you'll fall in love with your grill all over again, because you bought it for a reason. You love the size, you love the color, you love cooking steaks or whatever, and
you don't like buying new ones.
And you don't have to buy new ones.
Because they're very expensive.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So Mike, listen, if you're watching and you have a grill, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. If you've cooked on it 20 times and it looks a little rough and it's got a lot of let's say it's got a lot of stuff on it and you need it cleaned, Mike is your guy. Mike, how can people get a hold of you?
You can find us online. If you want to see a lot of our before and after work, find us on Facebook at Florida Native Grill Cleaning. We have a website at floridanativeGrill.com, and you can give me a call directly. My cell is always on, and I grab it. If I miss you, it's only because I'm up to my elbows in somebody else's dirty grill, but I'll call you right back. I'm at 772-285-2726.
Mike, thank you so much for coming in.
Appreciate it.
Always
Thanks
great
for
to see
having
you.
me. Appreciate it.
We'll see you again, guys, next week. Thank you.